So the other day, Noah Lyles, he was feeling like the man or whatever. He came out and he said this.
Thing that hurts me the most is that I have to watch the NBA Finals and they have world champion on their head. World champion of what? The United States? Don't get me wrong. I love the U.S. at times, but that ain't the world. That is not the world. We are the world. We have almost every country out here fighting, thriving, putting on their flag to show that they are represented. There ain't no flags in the NBA.
This statement right here caused a huge frenzy in the NBA media world, and even all the NBA players were in the comments clowning this man. Now, what do I think about this? He is wrong. He is 1,000% wrong. He is 10,000% wrong. And this is one of the worst takes I've heard in a long time. Now, the reason that he said NBA champions can't call themselves the world champions is because they don't compete against the rest of the world. And while yes, they may not compete on the court, how about we compare them in other ways that don't have to do with the court? Amongst every basketball league in the world, the NBA is number one in jersey sales, the NBA is number one in revenue, the NBA is number one in attendance, the NBA is number one in Instagram followers, NBA players make the most money out of all the professionals. Go find me a basketball stat that NBA is not number one in. Only one I could probably think of off the top of my head is quality of city, because some of these European cities are a lot nicer than American cities, but that has nothing to do with the basketball product. And it's not like the NBA is only for American players. The NBA is open to anybody in the world. Keep in mind, that's going to be a reoccurring thing. In the world. NBA is number one in the world. Anybody in the world can play. But for whatever reason, if that's not enough evidence for you, perfect. NBA teams have played international teams. Now let's see how they've done. Okay, so in the 2020s, an NBA team has played an international team 5 times. They're 4-1. Let's look at the all-time record. 138-17, which is a 88 win percentage. And then look at some of these scores. This is 50 points. 50 points again. 40 points, 30 something points. 40 points. Consistently, 20 points. Most of these games aren't even close. When we refer to NBA players as the best, we usually say they are the best in the world. And why do we say this? Because we know that there is nobody else in the world that can compete with them because they're already playing in the best league. So that means when a team wins a championship, they can call themselves the world champions. Because even though they didn't play the rest of the world, everybody knows if you were to put your house on it, if you were to sell your house, take all that money, and bet a game versus the Phoenix Suns and the Aladi 36ers, you are taking the Suns. And you're not even thinking about it. In a 7-game series, you are taking the Suns. Any team in the world outside the US, you are taking the Suns. And don't act like you're not. You're taking the worst NBA team versus the best EuroLeague team. And I want you to lie to me and say that you're not. International players, they come to play in the US. These international players, they have professional leagues where they're from. But why do they come and play in the US? Because that's where the best competition in the world is. And here's an argument that people love to bring up, the soccer argument. In the Premier League, they don't call themselves world champions, or in the Champions League, they don't call themselves world champions. The reason for this is because soccer is such a diverse and talented sport. There is talent all over the world. There are actually leagues that can compete with the Premier League. There are actually other leagues in the world. La Liga in Spain, Series 1 in Italy. I mean, Saudi Arabia got Cristiano Ronaldo and the United States got Lionel Messi. There are other teams that can realistically compete with Manchester City in other countries. There is not a single team in the world that can compete with NBA teams, any NBA team. Nobody thinks the world revolves around America, because that's another argument that I've seen, that Americans just think the world revolves around us. We don't. We just have the best league. It didn't matter if it was in America. It wouldn't matter if it was in Mexico. It wouldn't matter if it was in Africa. It wouldn't matter if it's in Europe, Asia. If that's the best league and there's no question about it, okay, then you can call yourself the world champion. If you want to make the NBA open to the world and have a playoff where everybody in the world can compete, there would basically be no point because all the international teams would be out in the first round. We will be left with the NBA teams and it will basically just be the NBA playoffs again. And I see why they clowned that man so bad, because every NBA player wants to win a championship. It's already so hard to make the NBA in itself, and now you have to win the championship on top of that too, just to really say that you fulfilled your dreams. Then you got this dude coming out of nowhere, this track and field guy. I didn't know who he was, but I'm pretty sure he's a pretty good runner. But he comes out of nowhere. He disrespects all these NBA players. When you say that, you're disrespecting everybody in the NBA, because it's hard enough to make the NBA by itself. And people, they want to make the NBA, they want to win championships, they want to fulfill that dream, and you're just sitting there disrespecting them. So these NBA players, they had a right to come at this man's head. They had a right to laugh at this man because it's a goofy statement that he made. So basically what I'm saying is, yeah, the NBA is not open to the rest of the world. The other teams out there can't compete in it, but they are the best in the world. And like I said, in the world, once you've already proven that you're the best in the world, you can call yourself the world champion. Let me know what y'all think about this situation. Let me know if I was spitting or if I'm saying a whole bunch of nonsense. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Join the family. We're building a community. We would love to have you be a part of it. Thank y'all so much for watching though, man. I'm out. Peace.